Hey everybody, today I'm making oatmeal scotchies. This recipe is found on the back of the Nestlé's Butterscotch Morsels bag. The ingredients you will need for this recipe are 1 and 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I've got all that right here. You need 2 large eggs. You need 2 sticks of butter or 1 cup. You need 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3 cups of oats. You could use minute oats or old-fashioned oats, and 1 bag of butterscotch morsels. The first thing I have to do is I have to combine the flour, cinnamon, soda, and all that together, and then I have to cream my butter and my sugars and my eggs. When I get the flour combined and get my other ingredients in my bowl, I'll be right back. Bye. Alright, I have got my butter, my brown sugar, my granulated sugar, and my vanilla, and the only thing I have to add is my 2 eggs. And I'm going to mix this up until it's well incorporated. Alrighty, the next thing I have to do is I have to gradually add in my flour. And of course I'm going to do that in stages. I'm going to put about 1/3 at a time. There's not really that much flour in this recipe. It's more oats than anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this flour in thoroughly. Scrape my bowl down, and I'm going to continue to do this until I get all this flour incorporated into a batter or a dough. When I get that done, I'll be right back. Bye. Alright everybody, this is what the dough looks like. It's a fairly soft dough. The next thing I have to do is I have to add in my oats. And I've got to add in my butterscotch morsels. So the recipe calls for me to stir this in, and I believe this will take a little bit of time for me to do this. So when I get it all incorporated, I'll be right back. Alright everybody, this is what the dough looked like. It is a extremely stiff dough. So I didn't have to put it in the refrigerator like I usually do, but I will cover it up between baking because I don't want it to dry out. And here's what I do. I just use a little spoon and I just drop it. I just eyeball it. Put it on the sheet. It says to bake this cookie 7 to 8 minutes for a chewy cookie, or 9 to 10 minutes for a crisper cookie. So what I'm going to do is I want it somewhere in between. So I'm going to set the timer for 8 minutes, and probably will cook it a little bit longer. I will tell you how long I cooked them for when I get them done. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rotate cookie sheets in and out. And earlier in a video I said that I changed my parchment paper every batch. But this parchment paper is really good. I've never bought the Wilton brand before, and I'm able to get 2 bakings out of each parchment paper, so it saves money and handy. So anyway, I'll come back and show you what the cookie looks like when they're done. Bye. Alright everybody, that's my first batch out of the oven. 8 minutes was plenty enough time. The recipe calls for me to leave it on the baking sheet for 2 minutes, and then I will transfer it onto a wire rack. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. This is Melissa baking from up in the holler. Bye everybody.